Hey everybody, this is Perch, and this is the second time I'm having to record this thing, so I'm extra cranky now. Because the first time it decided, yeah, I don't need to record the audio. I'll just record the screen capture and call it a day. So thank you, Apple, you dick. So anyway, we are, Marvel is gearing up for the Hellfire Gala. The Hellfire Gala is your kind of micro event. It's 12 issues long, 11 of the regular titles, and then a 12th planet-sized X-Men to make up the Hellfire Gala. And what is the Hellfire Gala, you might say? Well, it's basically a ball where the X-Men are going to show up, all the mutants there, and they are going to put on their best fashions. From Jumbo Carnation. By the way, a lot of the current X writing team talks about Grant Morrison's run being a huge inspiration, but I'm increasingly convinced that very few of them actually read that Grant Morrison run. Jumbo Carnation was a kind of fashion designer mutant, showed up for like a hot minute, where he basically was killed immediately. He was using the drug kick. And basically his death pushed the Riot at Xavier storyline. But I'm increasingly convinced because I talk to people every now and then who really cite the Grant Morrison run as being just the best X-Men, and they can't do it. They can't talk about anything there. And I mean, you're welcome to like whatever you want, but I wonder what people's memory of this run is. Is it just? I hear people say, "Well, Grant Morrison finally made the characters very, very progressive," and I'm like, "Do you remember that point in that run where the Beast basically pretended he was gay in order to screw around with his ex-girlfriend?" I mean, sure, super progressive. Makes sense. Anyway, the Hellfire Gala, as I mentioned earlier, I said undoubtedly they're going to want to dress up. So Marvel is trying desperately to get some PR for this event, and it's part of a strategy for, as I've heard from people who work at Marvel, that basically the X-Men is the line, the comics that they've landed on as being the ones that are most likely to attract new readers. Now, and also I've got numbers from the publisher. The X-Men line isn't doing nearly as strong as they would like. So part of what I think Marvel wants to do is drum up a little bit of publicity for this. So they're going to be doing a number of things around the Hellfire Gala to get people like Entertainment Weekly and others to kind of write articles about it and try and put a bit of a spin on it. I don't know that it's going to work. It's again, you're going out trying to get an audience that I don't think is the audience that will actually show up to a comic shop and buy your comics. But who knows? You try whatever you like. I've been told there's a number of different announcements we're going to get over the next month of different gimmicks and stunts. We're going to go into the Hellfire Gala. Each one more exciting than the last, for sure. It's all going to be wonderful. Anyway, in this one, we learn from this article. It writes, planet-sized X-Men will be drawn by Pepe Larraz, the newly minted Marvel suit. That's a weird way to refer to somebody, by the way. The newly minted. I mean, I get it. I understand what you mean there, but it's strange. Who says the newly minted artist? Plus, Larraz has been doing this for a little while. I don't know. Newly minted Marvel superstar? Maybe they're talking about that Thunderbolts nonsense. Well. Anyway, in order to conceive of cool new designs for the X-Men's high fashion, Marvel tapped another superstar artist, Russell Dauterman, who drew much of Jason Aaron's recent, much-beloved Thor run. Okay. Keep in mind, I did the sales video for Thor. It is absolutely true, and I know there's a lot of people who hate that Jane Foster Thor run and all the rest that like to say that title was trash and nobody bought it. But it was the highest. The proof is in the numbers. That was the highest selling part of Jason Aaron's run, was a Jane Foster bit, and it sold reasonably. A lot of comic shops, they will tell you they miss those days because that was a much higher selling Thor title than what they've had recently, although the new Donny Cates version is doing quite well. But, I also want to say for the record, I like Russell Dauterman. Nothing I'm about to say over the next 10 minutes changes all that. I think he's a great artist. I think he does unique stuff. His faces always look a little off to me. They look a lot like they're very cloned in kind of the same way that Greg Land's look cloned. I'm not implying Dauterman is a tracer, not at all. I think it's just his faces seem always kind of a little off to me. But regardless of that, I think he's an incredible artist, very talented. Nothing bad about Russell Dowderman. Many nice things are often said about Russell Dowderman by how kind he is and good with fans and other things. So no shade. Guy's great. But let's take a look at these designs we've got for the Hellfire Gala. Let's see what we have here. We're just going to scroll down the article together and kind of see. Dowderman said he looked at a lot of fashion. So Storm, okay, this is good. I think nothing wrong with this. Like kind of a little 90s gold shoulder pad thing going on there. But basically, Dowderman said he started the project by getting on a group Zoom call with the other writers and editors. That's got to be just brutal. I'm just gonna I would love to have a recording of that call, of everybody giving him general direction they wanted for fashion designs. I cannot imagine anything more hellish than that call. But this design is good. He said that they thought it would be cool if he actually or literally wore weather. So the cape is kind of a cloudy storm. Now this is going to be absolute shit in a ballroom where she has to stand closely to people, because she's going to be shocking the living hell out of anyone who comes near her. And it's going to be, her hair is going to get super frizzy with this lightning just randomly kind of going off. But it's cool. This is a cool look. You know, I like the black, gold, and a little bit of red accent there. All right, we're off to a good start. This is not bad. It looks looks good. I like that smoky cape. That's a clever idea. All right, Jean Grey. All right, Jean Grey. Here, he says he's doing a backless nod to the dress she wore at the beginning of the Phoenix Saga. Oh, all right. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're supposed to be mentioning things like that, because the Phoenix Saga was set back in the ancient times of the 70s, and nobody can even remotely comprehend clothing styles from the 70s, is what people from Marvel have said. But I'm joshing you. I think this looks fine. Again, shoulder pads are in. I don't know, is the little gold spikes coming out of her head, is she going to walk around with this, like telepathically having these things just kind of hover over her at all times to indicate, hey, look at me, look at my hair? Or is this just style? I'm not sure. I suspect she might just walk in with that stuff, you know, telekinetically levitating over her head. But all right. This butt cape. She's got a butt cape. Who doesn't love a butt cape? I mean, it's terrible if you need to go to the bathroom at the Hellfire Gala. You got to hold this whole thing up, and it makes it very uncomfortable. But let's be honest. I mean, these costumes, these full latex job costumes, are going to be terrible if you got to pee. But yeah, that's not my problem. Say Hellfire Gala problem. Maybe the plant. Never mind. I'll just stop. All right, Cyclops. Huh. All right, so Cyclops, they wanted a little military look. High fashion meets military. Okay. This visor looks weird. It looks like kind of those people who go into the grocery store and the COVID mask is not enough, so they've put an entire plastic welder's face shield over their face. All right, yellow gloves. All right. High fashion for Cyclops. I don't know. That visor... That visor's weird. Plus, would it work well, or like, all right, whatever. But yeah, these aren't terrible. I gotta say, for all, as much as I thought it would be bad, oh no. Okay, where do you even begin here? We love X-Men mythology, it says. Well, clearly not. If you look at her, how pointy her boobs are. Good Lord. It's got to be freezing in that thing. Anyway, okay, so this is Leah Williams said this heavily influenced this fashion, which just is another indication. Just don't listen to Leah Williams. Whatever you're doing. A callback to Rachel's days in Excalibur. Yeah, Rachel used to wear this hound uniform as a symbol of shame. As basically she was used to hunt down other mutants. The face scarring and the spikes and everything was terrifying. In fact, she got kind of trapped into this costume at various times, and it was a giant source of shame. Okay, it makes sense that she'd want to put on this costume. It's got a necktail made out of liquid latex. Yeah, she wanted a hound costume and a muzzle. What in the fuck are you thinking here? And then she's got her little warhound baby there. Once, fun fact, one of these babies, they ate her, carried her around in its belly. So it makes sense that she'd keep it on a pet with looks like a hair leash of some leftover, I don't know, Medusa hair. I mean, yikes. No. And here's Angel. Angel is, from the new X-Corp series. I see he's got that cultural appropriation blue dash there on his forehead. Angel's look skews more toward human clothes. Yeah. No, it does not. No. This is not what humans wear around. I'm sorry. I have a good friend. I regularly visit him up on Capitol Hill in Seattle. Nobody's walking around like this. I'm just nope. Still less practical, more bold, like mutant clothes. I mean, okay. Oh, Monet. All right, here's M. She's gone for the exploding head look. Yeah, this looks like something you might see on a fashion display. She got the sheer pants to kind of show off the bottom, and little boob window there. Who doesn't love a little bit of that? It's all right. That headdress is it's meant to echo Pennant's hair. I mean, why not? All right. Here's Captain Britain. Betsy Braddock has been many things over the years. Now she wields a sword of Captain Britain, but she hasn't forgotten her past. I mean, the past where she worked at a loli bar over in Tokyo. Lolly bar. Lolly is what we want there. Okay, mixed in aspects of Betsy's classic costumes. Really? Okay. Bring that armored princess energy to her Captain Britain. Teeny Howard helps suggest this guy. Don't let these writers suggest things. What? Okay. I like the okay. She's got a little flower headband there. Nice. I want to state again, I like Russell Dauterman. I think he's a great artist, and I do not blame him for any of this. Rogue. All right. Okay. This is definitely kind of 80s chic. Got kind of a Nagel look there. Got the little, green lace over the tummy, some under boob. This feels like something she might have worn around. I mean, that collar is absurd, but okay, this is fine. Notice this has almost the least amount of comments in here. Clearly, see, I mean, when Dauterman just does without input, you better. Like the less of, oh no, Kitty Pryde, who's a prom princess pirate look, but now that's all in. She's okay. It's all figured out. Can you imagine somebody who's not an X-Men fan reading this, making it all the more difficult for her to access the island's portals and resurrection system? What? But now it's all figured out, and the newly minted. Well, stop saying newly minted. You don't sound like a human being when you say things like that. Taking fashion advice from the White Queen herself, Emma Frost. I mean, sure. What is going on here? What? And this brooch. Okay, so they've got a little diamond brooch, cool, with a little bullet in it. I don't know. Maybe that bullet is intending to kind of signify the time she was trapped in a bullet for like 3 or 4 years, and it was the most horrifying experience of her life, and she wants to relive that trauma by wearing it around as jewelry, I guess. Sure. Pirate Princess. Emma Frost, part 1. Emma Frost gets 3 outfits for the Hellfire Gala. I mean, there's definitely some people, probably some people listening to this video who are just, they're like, fabulous to all this stuff. They love it. And if that's you, that's cool. I hope you love it. We'll talk more about you in a minute, but, I'm sure there are some people who are super, super excited about all this. I'm just thinking this fuzzy X boob window is, I don't know. I like that she's got the Tilda Swinton ice crown from Chronicles of Narnia that she's dug up somewhere. That white fur is just gonna, like, the whole bottom of it is gonna have this brown layer from dragging around on the floor. It's not gonna stay clean, I guess is my point. And then you get rid of the gown, and then you've got this look. This is kind of an 80s thing. I don't know why. We've got a massive super hat. When you see these fashion shows out of Paris and things, I mean, they're meant to kind of look ridiculous. That's well, whatever. Costumes are bold and provocative. In this case, it shows her butt. Who doesn't love a butt? She'd be right at home on a Dynamite cover. And then finally, Emma Frost Part 3. This one's nice. I got Emma Frost, and she's in her diamond form, and she's got strands covering all the bits. And, sure, this is good. She can also turn her skin to rock-hard diamond. That's not the only thing rock-hard at the Hellfire Gala. Am I right? Huh? Anyway, there you go. In addition to all this, like I said, they're going to be giving away some free Hellfire Gala comics to shops. Reportedly, it's because some shops complained that they felt there was a big bait and switch with Ten of Swords, and there's some saltiness over it. So Marvel's gonna give away some free comics, but I don't think there's any real confusion of what we're getting here. We'll get the new X-Men team announced, and it's definitely going to have Morrow on it. I don't care who you voted for. Morrow is going to win, because there's this whole thing now where the creators are kind of looking to things in the past that were once lame, and they're cool again. Kind of like Gen X used to do that. It was like this nostalgia irony that they would go for. But in this case, they're just the millennials don't understand nostalgia irony. They just go for nostalgia, and they're like, hey, it'd be really cool, Vanilla Ice. It's like, no. What are you doing? No, it's not cool. None of this is cool. Here you have it. Costumes for the X-Men. Let me know your thoughts. But here's the thing I guess I want to convey more than anything else, because it is a new era of X-Men. They are appealing to a specific audience. This may not be your audience. And one of the X-Men writers even tweeted at one point that somebody was saying this doesn't compare to the Jim Lee era of X-Men. That was the best era, by the way. For me, no, it was Byrne and Paul Smith and John Romita Jr., Mark Silvestri. That's your killer era of the X-Men. But whatever. To each their own. I do think you're a douche if you at a creator in and you say stuff like that. I mean, just don't. You can ignore them. They can ignore you. You don't need to at a current X-Men writer to tell them how much a current run sucks. That's not useful. But the writer says something like, well, it's this isn't for you. You had your time, and this is something new. So get over it. And I mean, okay, as long as those readers are out there, cool, go nuts. But this idea of like, you had your time, now we're doing something else. I mean, bold words, just you got to bring the sales. And if you like the current X-Men crop of comics, good for you. I'm glad. But here's the thing. You've got to buy them. If you don't buy these comics, they're going to go the away. And maybe if you're some blog and you like to talk about the X-Men comics and you crap on channels like mine because you think I insult the X-Men too much, here's the thing. When you're showing your little reviews in your videos, your podcasts that you put up, don't use screenshots from readfreecomicsonline.com to basically just prove, it's got a little watermark sometimes at the bottom of the page. Edit that out. You got to cut that out. When you're showing that stuff, you're basically telling everybody you're pirating, which you dumbasses do all the time. Okay? Especially you. Look, if you like this comic, great. If you like the current X-Men stuff, great. But you got to buy it. Yes, all 12 of them, not just one. No, I don't. I wait for trade. No, you buy the comics. If you don't buy the comics, they are going to go away. And you can't blame everyone else, like the evil internet trolls, for getting this comic canceled. When Cable got canceled, there are all these there are people on there like, oh, this is because of the evil trolls. No, it's because you are buying it. Buy the comic. You can't just go on Twitter and like it. You can't go on Twitter and talk about, OMG, it's so wonderful, fabulous. When are we going to get more? You can't be one of those people. You got to buy it. If you don't buy it, this goes away. It's not that hard. You got to buy the comic. So buy it. It's not good enough just to talk about how much you like it. Jesus Christ, buy the comic. These costumes are pissing me off. Anyway, hey, maybe you love them. Let me know in the comments below. Russell Dowderman's a great artist. Still maintain. All these people are great. Don't go on Twitter and go harass them. Of course, don't go anywhere and harass anybody. Just leave it to yourself. You'll be happier if you don't follow these people. They won't aggravate you. You won't aggravate them. Everything wonderful. Great. But buy comics. If you like the X-Men, don't come on my channel and go into the comments and bitch about how people are too negative. Go to your shop and buy the comics. Don't say, I'm going to pick up an extra copy to show those trolls right. I mean, cool, but you actually have to go do it. Go buy the comic. If you don't buy the comic, not going to sell. Goes away. I don't know. I had more fun in the first video I did that the audio didn't record. Now I'm just cranky. Let me know what you think about all these costumes below and the X-Men Fashion Gala and all that kind of stuff. Thanks.